Good morning, man. Oh, man, nice day. It's gonna rain later, but that's later. This morning, right now, we're chopping about a little bit of sports. And let me turn this thing down, man. Damn, I left my remote all the way over there. Hold on 1 second. Mute this shit, man. Anyway, man. So, first of all, man, prayers is out for Jason Tatum, man. I hope that his MRI, comes back negative and they don't find no damage, man. It's just a bad bruise or something, or twisted ankle or whatever, we don't want to see him out indefinitely, or with no catastrophic injury that could change his career, man. He's still young, and and he's a great player, and I just wish for the best for him. But that being said, man, that game last night with the Celtics, they gotta figure it out, man. Like, fam, if you're not making the threes, y'all got a big size advantage. You got Porzingis, who can't never stay on the court, and then you got Horford, you got Tatum. Even though they was running the pick and roll and it was a success early, you gotta pound the ball in the paint, man. Like, you gotta start putting them dudes on the block. Like, Jalen Brunson should have used create mismatches, like, especially once you get the pick and roll. I would have backed his little ass down, man. Care how strong he is, man. He's still you 6'10", even Jalen Brown, like, y'all niggas is 6'7", 6, like, this boy is like 5. He's like my size, man. Back his ass down. And they're not going to even Drew Holiday, you can back him down, make him play defense, man. And attack him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't do enough of that to say. They settled. Like, when I tuned into the games, I was working, but I tuned into the game for a split second, and I was watching a few plays, and all I see is them jacking threes. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. If it's not fault. Like, sometimes, when it gets crunch time, you got to start attacking the rim. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call hero ball. Mr. Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? I know they like to, criticize certain players, guys like Kobe, and they'll say, oh, he shot the ball, he's hero ball. No, Kobe knew what he was doing out there. Yeah, he didn't take the greatest shots all the time, but Kobe knew how to attack the rim, get to the free throw line, and he didn't have a playmaker to create for him, to get him those easy open shots. He was more of an ISO player who had to create his own shot. You know what I'm saying? He never had that true point guard out there that could get him the ball and create easy looks for him. You know what I'm saying? It was rare Kobe got an easy look. You know what I'm saying? But he was the go-to man on the team. And what is the go-to man on the team? The guy you go to when you need baskets. So, yeah, he's going to take shots, man. Like, for some reason, those hero ball guys win. Like Jordan, he took a lot of shots. Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys seem to win. Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, when he was the man on the team, that was more of a team effort, but he was the leader of the team, obviously. He was taking those clutch shots. You gotta you gotta have somebody take the shots. All of that, I'm just gonna make the right play. Them niggas never win, man. How many championships you see them niggas with, man? Steph Curry shoots the ball. He takes what you call them hero shots, but he's a specialist. And see, back in the days, you had 3-point specialists, man. Now everybody's shooting threes. They all practice threes, even centers. Like, everybody can shoot threes because they shoot a lot of them. So some of them are going to go in. Like, if you're 0 for 3 and you only shot 3 threes, or you're 1 for 4, you may only shot, that's a low percentage, but you only shot 4 threes. Or if you're 0 for 3 today, then you might hit a 2 threes. The next game, you might be 2 for 8. You know what I'm saying? Like say you shot 0 for 3 today, and then tomorrow you shoot 2 for 3, or you shoot 3 for 4. But now that's 3 out of 7. Your percentage is still gonna be in the 30s. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the more you shoot, what I'm trying to say is the more you're gonna make them. You know what I'm saying? But your percentage is still gonna be around the same. You're just shooting more threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I shot 10 threes in a game and made 4 of them. That's 40% from 3. And 3 points are low percentage shots, man. They're not like you going in the paint like a guy like Shaq or you know what I'm saying, guys that can shoot over 50 to 60% from the field because they're right at the rim. So it's common sense is, you know, I deal with common sense, and it's just telling you like you shoot, you know what I'm saying, higher percentage shots, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, like why would you keep setting, especially when it's the third or fourth quarter? Like now if you can, and you know what I'm saying, these guys look at open looks, which is not really hero ball. You know, they work for open looks for the 3, but sometimes you can work the look for a slasher to the basket. Cut to the fucking basket, man. Attack the rim, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't just settle for 3s, man. Like, you just see them jack when they fall, yeah, they fall. But when you're just jacking them, come on, man. Like, come on. They're beating themselves and put themselves in a 3-1 hole by the decision making and game planning and just shooting 3s. Like, at some point in time, you gotta start attacking the rim, man. I don't understand that shit, man. Like, you're gonna shoot your way out the playoffs like that. I'm not a Boston fan. I'm just, you know, I'm happy the Knicks is winning, but you just watch basketball and it's like, you know, you're like, why are you shooting? Why are y'all beating yourselves? You know what I'm saying? Like, go in the paint, man. It's common sense, man. Then let's get to this Giannis thing. They keep saying, would you rather draft Flag or trade for Giannis? I mean, you know, you see, the trade thing is funny because you don't really know what you're getting. Like, you know the kind of player Cooper Flag is, and I think he would fit well. You know, a lot of the NBA players saying they got a bunch of guys like him in Dallas, but you know, I don't think he's more of a playmaker, but he has the youth on the side, and he'll develop. And sometimes you don't know what's gonna happen when you play the game. Like, nobody thought that the Knicks would be up 3-1 against the Celtics. Nobody had the Knicks really a championship team this year. Now look at them; they may make the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, Charlotte traded Kobe to the Lakers, and look how great Kobe is. You know, the least you should have him is your top 10. You know, some have him a little higher. Some people want to disrespect him and put him out of the top 10, which I don't understand. But he was traded. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm pretty sure Charlotte wish they didn't trade him. Now, for what they got, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know it's like they wanted maybe Dallas to trade for Giannis, but then you get Giannis. Like, all right, Giannis is a great player. He impacts the game, but you essentially getting an older version of probably Cooper Flag. You know, but it's win now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you have it, it's what you're gonna give up, and that's the thing. You already have a great team. You know what I'm saying? You're just missing really a playmaker. Now you go out and get Giannis, you're gonna trade more of your pieces for Giannis, and you know you don't want to take those type. To me, I don't think it's I mean, I would say 60-40. I wouldn't trade that kid. I might let it play out, you know. But if the trade is available, if I'm like Milwaukee and you know this guy wants out of here, yeah, I'll make that trade to get the young player, you know. But you know they're gonna want some pieces, man. Obviously for Giannis, he's one of the top 5 players in the league. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna give up some pieces, man. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's me, I would lean more towards maybe keeping that young kid and seeing what happens, man. You never know how these players he might be a bust. You know, like, I'm not 100% sold on a kid. I don't know what his work ethic is like, you know, but I'm not a GM, and I'm not none of those guys that evaluate. I'm not an NBA nigga. I'm just a fan, man. That is my little slogan. Just a fan. I just watched the game. You know what I'm saying? From what I see with the kid got some definite upside. Like, if you can trade him for Giannis and not give up a big piece, then you know why not do it? But if you're gonna have to give up, multiple pieces with that kid, I don't know if I would do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the gentleman, I forgot his name, he was on Get Up this morning. He was kind of saying the same thing, like, you don't want to give up too much for Giannis, and Giannis is 30 plus. Remember, Giannis is 30 plus, man. It ain't like he's in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in his 30s. He's about to hit the beginning to the end of his prime. And so you might get 2 or 3 good years out of him. I would say at least 2 good years out of him before he starts to slow down. And you got to hold at least 10 to 12 years, at least a decade with this kid Cooper Flag, if he turns out the player you want him to be. But this is why we watch, man. And then, Ant-Man and the crew go up 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. Got to finish telling my man last week, I said, yo, you're not going to see Steph Curry the rest of the series, man. You'd be lucky to see him. Only if it goes 7, he may be able to come back. And, these guys, sometimes, you be telling people shit and, they be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, this guy be having, like they'll be like, this guy, I don't know what he's talking about, or they'll think, maybe he think he knows it too much. Fam, I'm almost 50. I've been out in the streets. I done played all sports. I still exercise and work out and take care of myself best I can. I'm a thinker. I'm an independent thinker. And I've seen a lot of shit. And I just pulled a hamstring not too long ago. And it took me almost, and I'm an older gentleman, and that was just with rest and ain't much real treatment you can do with the hamstring, man. You massage it and all that stuff is still there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it took me almost 2.5, 3 weeks to feel 100%, man. Like, I didn't feel like running. Like, every time you would start to think about running, you feel that shit tighten up, and you feel like, damn, I could pull it, especially after the first couple of days. And I was trying to tell you, that nigga's not gonna play, B. Like, and he confirmed it yesterday. Yo, even if I wanted to be Superman to go out there and play, I couldn't do it. They're like, nah, he might come. He's not coming back, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over, man. Like, yo, when you tear up that hamstring, slight pull, you gotta let that heal 100%, because you'll go back out there and re-aggravate it. And, you know what I'm saying? You at least gotta wait 7 to 10 days before you can even try to test it. And like I said, sometimes testing it, the minute you start to, run or get fulls, that shit could pull again and it could tear even worse, man. So I don't think, I had a, definitely strong feeling he wasn't playing again. And with that being said, they're going to close this shit out, man. And Minnesota's a dangerous team, man. They could potentially, win it all, man. Depends on, you know what I'm saying, like the matchups, you know what I'm saying. I think they can beat OKC or Denver because they have the size and athleticism and the way they're playing. The way Ant-Man is galvanizing his team is that's great leadership out there, man. He got them boys believing and playing. And I remember playing basketball outside and playing with guys like him, like that they're the man on the team, and you get them the ball, but they give you that confidence, like, look, man, I'm only as good as how you gonna play. And they instill confidence in you, and they feed you the ball, and they you know what I'm saying, they clap you on. They don't complain and cry and point fingers. They like, look, we a team out here, man. And they value and cherish you as a player. And that right there will give you the confidence to go out there and ball hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you playing with niggas that's crying and every time you make a mistake, or they don't want to take no accountability. Those, you know what I'm saying, those leaders, dudes don't tend to want to play hard with them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ant-Man, man, he's because even when he's not having his greatest game, them niggas out there balling, be like playing hard, and that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? So now you know, like, all right, I'm having a bad game, but my dudes is out here hustling these dogs. Like, they gonna keep us in the game. All I need to make is a couple of plays, and we can win. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you instill confidence in your roster, man. And then, you got the Denver Nuggets. I think they play tonight, man. With you got a couple of games tonight. I think it's Indiana and Cleveland. Cleveland is a must-win game. I was never sold on Cleveland all season. I thought they were just one of those teams that they just had a great regular season. They're a good team, but I didn't see championship out of it. Sometimes you just don't have enough in your two stars to really say champion. Now, they got a well-balanced team, but and you got Donovan Mitchell. He definitely light it up. But when it's crunch time, I don't know if we can trust them enough. You know what I'm saying? But they got to win tonight. I think Cleveland wins tonight and pushes it to 6 games. But that's why we watch. Like my man say at work. And, the Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, man, that's the game of the night right there. You already know it's 2-2. Denver's champions before. They got vets out there, and you got an OKC team who's young, and they best record in the league. They got bounced out the playoffs last year in the second round. I think this could be their year to at least get to the conference finals. But I don't know, man. I think SGA's gonna have to play out of his mind, and he's definitely gonna need help. But Jokic, he doesn't, you're wearing Jokic down. And that's the problem. And that's what I had mentioned it before in another video previous, when I was talking about the Lakers, and I said how they had 3 centers, that Giannis Jokic had to go up against, man. You had JaVale McGee, that shit wears you down, man. So it's like that took the pressure off Anthony Davis to try to keep guarding this dude. Now, even same thing with OKC. They got Holmgren. Who else they got? They got Hardenstein. You got guys that they can, multiple bodies they can throw on you. And by the time the fourth quarter comes, this dude is worn down, man. He can't even make shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to work too hard, man. And he's gonna need guys like Murray and them to step up early and take pressure off of him. And so that way in the fourth quarter, when the game's on the line, he's fresh. But that's why we watch, man. Like my man say, man. My man at work always say, that's why we watch, man. That's how you usually shut the conversation down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we just fan. I'm just a fan, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just give my take on the games, man. Yeah, man, like, it's gonna look good tonight, man. We got 2 games that, that should come down to the wire. Like I said, I like Cleveland. That Denver game, that's anybody's game, man. Like I said, I think the way SGA gonna have to play out of his mind to win this game. And but I would lean more towards OKC, because I believe this is a home game for them. So I would, if I would lean towards them to take the 3-2 lead and head back to Denver. I think Denver handles their business there, and I think the series goes 7. But that's why we watch, man. And I'm just a fan, man. But anyways, man, I'll let you guys go. Many Face Publishing. Have a good night, man.